All right, Chief, you want to play ball?
Hey, you got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot the ball. I don't know where it went.
Do you want to sing your little song first?
No.
Okay.
What?
All right.
Wait, what song?
Take me out to the ball game.
I'm not the kind of man who sings.
You're not a man at all.
Exactly.
What's going on, my friends? I'm Rolando, the board dad, and here we have
Wow. The Great Red Beano.
the Great Red Beano. Today, Redford, I think you're gonna like this.
Okay.
All
one
right, because
second.
we're gonna talk about a game that. Careful with that bat.
What?
I mean, it's tiny, but
It's my size. It's just wood.
okay, so we're going to talk about a game that has to do with one of your favorite things. Hey,
Sorry.
so a game that has to do with one of your favorite things in the entire world.
Picking on Shane? Yeah, can we get rid of this one? You need to stop being positive, because the moment you go out there, the world's gonna eat you up like a shark. Wait, you are a shark. Fish up, man.
No, it's not about picking on Shane. It's about baseball.
Oh, that's actually number 4
Number 4 what?
on my top 3 million favorite things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about Bat Flip.
Bat flip.
Yep, it's designed by Scott Corlander. It's a 2-player game, obviously, right? It's a baseball
Obviously.
game. It's a 2-player game.
No.
It's about
Technically, it's a 40-man roster.
yes, but when translated into a card game, it's a 2-player game.
No. Translated into a card game is un juego de tarjetas.
Redford showing off his language skills.
Yes.
So I thought this was like right up your alley, man. I mean, you're a sports fan. You're a baseball guy. You have a glove and a bat.
No, my glove fell off.
Do you want to pick it up? I think you got that in the wrong place, buddy.
What?
Your glove.
Well, it doubles as a hat.
Oh, okay. All right, Redford. So I know that this game is pretty high on your list, right?
No, never played it.
What do you mean you never played it? We played it last night.
Chief,
What?
I'm trying to be an objection.
You mean you're trying to be objective,
Right, that's my objective, to be objection.
like not take sides?
Right, that's my objective.
Okay, but you know this is a review, so you're welcome to be as biased as you want as.
Oh!
Yeah, that's the point. We got to tell everyone what we think about this game.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. So
Okay.
why don't we take a look at it first, and then we'll talk about what we think about it.
Okay, that's our objective.
All right. That's our objective.
All
Yeah.
right, well, that's a little subjective.
Okay. All right. So here is Bat Flip, and
Wow, I haven't had an overview in a while.
you right? Yeah, we're back to our overhead camera.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, budget's kind of sinking.
well, we're never getting monetized in the first place.
Yeah, right. So what I have laid out here is all the available teams to choose from in Bat Flip. There's 11 teams to choose from, and they all have their, their pluses and minuses. They all have their strengths. So what you're going to do to start the game is each player is going to choose 2 teams. Got
Only
it?
2?
Yeah. So each player is going to choose from 2 of these decks. Each deck has 12 players in it. So it's a little bit like a smash up kind of thing, you know, where you choose 2 teams. So let's just say I choose this team and this team, and then my opponent is going to choose 2 of theirs. And so let me just clean this up. So we have a clean table here.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so this is what the play area will normally look like. Of course, now your opponent here will usually be on, the other side, but for purposes of demonstration, we're going to have them side by side.
All right.
Okay, so let's just go over a few things here. This is the inning and the out tracker. So you're going to track your outs here, and the game takes place over the course of 3 innings. So you're not going to play a whole 9-inning game. You're going to play 3 innings, and you're going to use this to mark the outs, and then you go to the home team, and then you go to 3 outs, and then you go back. You know how that works, right? This is your little scoring card, so you're going to track your runs here, and they are double-sided, so you just turn it to the side that, you know, corresponds to you.
Yeah.
And you track your runs there. This is your bat flip card, which we're going to cover in a second, what it actually does. This is your deck of cards, 24 cards in there.
Card, any card.
2 teams. And then this is the field. Pretty big field, huh?
Oh yeah, Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Humongous.
So you turn it to the side that says what team is up. And of course, you know, baseball, the away team starts. And as your players start getting hits, you're going to put them here on the field until they go all the way around and score. So to start the game, both players will draw 5 cards from their deck. Okay? And you're going to look at the 5 cards in your hand. If one of them happens to be a pitcher, you can choose to bring him out now, and you would put him here on the field. There's advantages to bringing your pitcher out now or holding him back to bring him out later, and we'll touch on that in a second. But if you want to bring him out now, you can bring him out now.
Might as well.
Might as well. Now, let's go over what these cards look like and what stats are on them, because they're going to be important when you play the game. All right? So let's look at this guy here, Jose Riqueza, as an example. Okay. Let me bring him up here to the camera. There we go. Okay. So hopefully you can see him here, Jose Riqueza.
Nope.
You can't see him?
Nope.
Oh yeah, because you're way down there. I'm holding it up to the camera. All right, so every player is going to have a set of stats here along the side here. The first number, represented by that little icon there, is their hit stat. So this is their strength. Then this is their speed. This here is will determine whether they walk or not. And then this is their defense stat. Okay?
Okay.
So those numbers are important because this is how you play the game. Ready? Okay. So your turn consists of 2 phases. The at-bat step and then the optional steal step. So the at-bat step works like this. So you're going to look at your cards. Oh, also each card, other than the stats, will usually also have an ability printed on the card right there.
And a nice inspirational quote.
And a nice inspirational quote, right. Like a little backstory on the actual player. So you're going to look at your hand and you're going to play a card.
I don't have any cards in my hand.
Oh, well, let's fix that. Here.
I only have a bat.
Here, you can take that one.
I can't.
Okay, here. There you go.
Got it.
Got it? Okay.
Ace of spades.
All right, so on your turn as the batter, you're going to choose a card from your hand and you're going to play it. And what you're looking for as the batter really is the hit value. Okay, so this guy, Josh Capital, has a hit value of 3.
Ooh.
Now your defender is going to look at his hand and he's going to look for a player in their hand that has a defense value of 3 or higher. Because if he can play a player with a 3 or higher, then you're out.
Right.
If he can't, then you're going to go on base and you're going to get the number of bases equal to the difference between your hit value and their defense value. So let's just pretend here. Let me choose a card for the defender. Okay, here we go. So let's say the defender played Polly Pip. So Polly Pip has a defense of 1.
Right.
And I have a hit value of 3. So that means I get
Yes.
I get a double. So Josh Capital would go right there.
Oh.
So he would get a double.
What happens to Scottie Pippen?
Polly Pip.
Right.
Well, Polly Pip is discarded.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, this leads to the second part or the second stage of the at-bat step, and that is the steal step.
Ooh.
Okay. So now with
I'm
Josh
gonna steal
Capital there,
something.
not that kind of steal.
No. Look at me.
Okay.
Look at my eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Why are you stealing that?
Oh, it's the steal phase.
So now I have to decide, do I want to keep Josh Capital there or do I want to try to steal third? And in order to do that, I look at the steal stat, which in his case is a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, right? It's
Not
pretty good. Because these go from 1 to 4.
Oh.
So if I decide to steal, then if my opponent has a catcher in their hand and they play it, I'm automatically out.
Oh.
If they don't have a catcher, then they're going to play a card blindly from the top of their deck, and then they're going to compare the defense value to the steal value. And again, if they match it or beat it, I'm out.
Beat it.
In this case, I would be out because it's a 3
Ah.
as well as a 3. Yeah. But if it had been a 2 or a 1, then I go ahead and move Josh Capital to third base. And then I stop. I can't steal again, obviously. Just once per hit. So that's one of the options you have during the at-bat step, is to actually hit.
Mm.
The other option you have during the at-bat step, if I wanted to, I could have walked or tried to walk. And in order to do that, using this again, I would look at this stat right here with the little target symbol.
Can't see.
See it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I would simply compare that to the same symbol, which would be the control symbol for the pitcher, the opponent's pitcher. In this case, the opponent has no pitcher on the field, so the control is 0.
Oh.
Which means if I wanted to walk with this guy, I would automatically just go to first base.
Oh.
See how that works?
Nifty.
Nifty. But now let's say that they had a pitcher out here, because during the initial draw, they had 5 cards. One of them was a pitcher. They said, I'm going to bring my pitcher out now. Okay, so now Josh Capital would still walk because this pitcher's control is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can bring it up here. You see?
Yeah.
So a 3 will always beat a 2. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means he can't walk.
No, he can walk.
So he doesn't have to run?
No, a walk means you automatically take first base. Come on, I thought you were like
But do you have to run?
You can run, yeah.
Ah!
So he would still go to first. But if Josh Capital's little stat here was less than a 2,
Then he'd have to run.
well, obviously we wouldn't attempt to walk because
We'd attempt to run. Whoa!
because the pitcher's control would just be too good, and so that option is really taken out of our hands. So that's kind of neat how that mechanic works.
And into our feet.
The third thing you can choose to do during the at-bat step is to strike out.
Wow.
Yeah, just take a strikeout.
Wow.
And in order to do that, you have to discard a card from your hand, and then you take it out. You mark it here. And because, now when you take a strikeout, you automatically draw a card. And because you made an out, both players draw a card. So that kind of keeps your hand, replenished. Of course, there will be times when you might run out of cards, and that will happen. And then you have no choice but to take it out because you have nothing to play.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so the fourth thing you can do during the at-bat step is the bat flip.
Bat flip. Wow.
Bat flip, yeah. And that's what where this card comes into play. Okay, so it has 2 sides. One of them is just like a little player aid. And the top part has the bat flip, in your color. Actually, I should have this one because I'm the red player. There we go. And then you flip it over to indicate that you've already done it on this half inning. You can only do it once per half inning unless you have a card that lets you, flip this back over. All right, so what's a bat flip?
Bat flip. Wow.
A bat flip means that
You flip your bat.
you're going to draw the top card of your deck. You don't know what it is, so that adds to the excitement of the game. Right? So you flip over the top card of the deck, and the hit is indefensible.
Wow.
Right. But if you flip over a pitcher, because in this game pitchers do not hit, they don't have a hit stat, then you automatically record an out. Okay. But let's say I want to invoke my bat flip. I go ahead and flip this over to show that I've already done it. I flip this over and I look at the hit stat, and then it just happens. It can't be defended. unless the team your defender is controlling has a player, because there are players that can defend bat flips, but they must be in your opponent's hand, and then they got to play it. So in this case, let's say, so let me backtrack here.
Is there a glove flip?
No, there is no glove flip. So let's say it was like this. Let's say I had a runner on first and I had a runner on second, and then I decided that I want to do a bat flip.
Bat flip.
So I would flip over my bat flip card to show that I've done it. I take the top card from my deck.
And you flip it.
And I flip it.
It's a bat.
And I look at the hit stat. This is 3. And again, it's indefensible.
What?
So I automatically advance everybody 3 bases, which in this case
2 home runs.
These 2 guys would score, and this guy would end up on 3rd base.
Crazy.
Pretty cool, right?
Where's 4th base?
4th base is home.
Huh?
And again, I have the option of attempting to steal. I can steal home in this case. Now, home is a little special because you can only steal home if you've gotten a hit.
Home is where the ball is.
Right, with that player, right? So in this case, I probably wouldn't want to because his steal stat is 1, so that's pretty easy to throw out, right? So he's just going to stay right there. So those are the 4 things you can do during the at-bat step. You can hit, you can walk, you can choose to strike out, which gets you 2 cards, or you can bat flip. Now, once you've recorded 3 outs, then you switch sides, right? You flip this over. Now it's the home team's at bat. The home team's pitcher goes off to the side because he's not going to be used during the at bat. And then the home team comes up to bat, and you do it all over again.
Wow.
You do that until you play 3 innings. Whoever has the most runs at the end of 3 innings wins. If you end up tied at the end of 3 innings, guess what?
Extra innings.
Extra innings. So you play an extra inning, just like in baseball. And a lot of the times in this game, it's going to be it's going to be close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's some exciting moments. A bat flip could win you the game.
Bat flip. Whoa.
Yeah. We've played a few times where it's, the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, the away team is up by 2 or 3 runs.
Up.
And the home team comes up, gets a few hits, does their bat flip, and boom.
Wah.
They win the game.
Out of here.
Out of here.
Out of here.
All right, so that is bat flip.
Bat flip.
We really like bat flip.
Bat flip.
I'm just going to say that now. We really like bat flip.
Bat flip.
It's a quick game. It's, a deck builder. It's, it's baseball. It feels like Pokemon.
Sure.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't it feel like Pokemon?
Yeah, bat flip mon.
Bat flip mon. It kind of feels like Pokemon because you're playing a card with an attack value, and your opponent has to play a card with a defense value.
Whoa.
The higher number wins.
Whoa.
It's like Pokemon in baseball.
Bat flip mon.
Bat flip mon, yeah. So this game is on Kickstarter right now. I'm going to put the links in the description below. But let's talk about some of the things we liked about bat flip. Go, Redford, you start.
Bat flip.
You sound like Groot. That's all you say now.
Flip bat.
Is that like Groot? You're like Groot
Bat
now?
flip. Bad.
All right. So let's start with the artwork in this game. The art on the cards is really neat. They have different poses for these players. Right? I don't know if you can see it here on the table, and if not, I'll try to put some graphics up on the screen. But some of the art on here is really cool. Some of it is funny. Some of them are really cool baseball poses. The names on some of these players, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some of the names are based on actual players, but they just make them funny. Let's see if I have some examples.
Like Shaquille O'Neal.
No, that's a different sport.
Kobe Bryant.
So here's
LeBron James.
Slappy Santana, Chet Edmonds, Fernando Del Oro,
Tom Brady.
Wrong sport.
What?
Jesus Dinero.
Oh.
Any place for the money bags. That's the other thing is each team has a name, and the name is also like a play, right? On these are the New York money bags,
Yeah.
right? Like the Yankees.
Or the Knicks.
No, 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 no.
The Knicks.
The what?
The New York Knicks.
Yeah, that's a little inside joke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say it again.
The New York Knicks.
I think somebody will be happy with that.
The Toronto Knicks.
So yeah, these are the New York money bags. Then you also have the Detroit dirt bags. You have the Philadelphia flips.
Oh.
You have the what else we got here? The Arizona bangers and the LA stars and scrubs.
Stars and scrubs. There's the pinchers.
The pinchers. So the names are really neat. And it's just kind of a fun thing, a fun spin on baseball, the players, the teams. The gameplay is nice, and what do I always say?
Bat flip.
Smooth, but it's really easy. All you're doing is you're playing a card, and you're hoping that your opponent doesn't have something that will beat it.
You're flipping your bat.
If you keep an eye and pay attention to what they're playing, you can kind of tell what they may or may not have. For example, if they've played a lot of their pitchers, so that's another thing is the pitchers can be used for defense.
Oh.
Yeah. But once you use a pitcher for defense, you have to leave him out on the field and replace the pitcher that you had there. But there's a limited number of pitchers. So if you know that they've already played most of them, you can kind of have an idea of what cards would be worth playing from your hand and what cards might be worth holding on to. Mm-hmm. There is one more thing I forgot to mention. Some of these hitters have a little icon here with an arrow, either pointing down or pointing up. So that means they hit fly balls or they hit grounders. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what that means for the defender is they have to have a defender, like in this case, that can defend grounders. So if I were to hit with this guy, Buck Charrington, he has a 3 grounder. In order to defend him, the defender has to play a card that has a 3 or more, but that has the ground defense icon. If not, they can't defend it. Same thing for the fly ball. So that's something to keep in mind. Those are little nuances that will make a team go on a scoring
spree.
A scoring spree, right. So, yeah.
Score.
And related to the gameplay, the rules are easy to understand. They're nice and compact. So there's not a lot to read here. Most of everything you're going to need is printed on the cards themselves. And once you understand what the icons mean, then it's smooth sailing from there.
Smooth flipping.
Yeah, yeah. Replayability is good because you have so many teams to choose from. And again, it's like a smash-up deal, right? You combine 2 teams together, and then you play from that. So it's cool to try to find different combinations that work well together. And if you're familiar with a team and you want to keep playing with that team over and over, you're probably going to get really good at cycling through your deck and trying to bring out the best combinations
You're going
possible.
to be one good bat flipper.
Yeah, you're going to be one good bat flipper. That is correct. And like I said before, it's just a fun game.
It's just fun.
It feels like baseball.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's some close games. There are games that it looks like somebody's running away with it, and then the opponent comes back and there's wins on the last at bat. So there's some really clutch and exciting moments. There's big decisions to be made. Do you walk a player because your opponent doesn't have a pitcher out there, or maybe they have a pitcher with a low control value? Do you walk and then try to steal and then do a bat flip and try to bring everybody home? Mm-hmm. Do you hit and run? Do you bunt? Because there are some players that bunt. So there's all these decisions that are part of real baseball that are nicely implemented in the game. Now, you don't have to be a baseball fan to play this game, obviously, but it certainly does help.
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah, it definitely does help to be a baseball fan. Not just for the gameplay, but to get
To
some
enjoy
of the,
it.
To enjoy it,
Yeah.
And to get some of the little jokes that are built into the card and to the artwork.
You know what, Chief?
What?
I want baseball play-by-play legend to voice over the rules.
Who?
You know.
Vin Scully?
No! Vin Diesel!
All right, so that is Bat Flip.
That's Bat Flip.
Yeah, we highly recommend you check out the
Highly
Kickstarter.
recommend. Go kick it.
Yeah, everything we've shown you here this is a prototype copy, obviously.
Yes.
So there are things that can change, and so check the Kickstarter page for updates on what the game looks like, what's included here, and what the different options are for the Kickstarter. But definitely worth your time to check out, right?
Yep.
Do you have any final words, Redford?
Just that we'll see them.
No.
What?
And like any other recommendations?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Bat Flip.
All right, that's it for now. Oh, wait.
What?
If you enjoy this content,
Oh, yeah. Subscribe, like, comment, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
perfect. All right, so now, that's it for now.
We'll see you in the next one. Man, Chief, that was inspiring. You know what I want to do now?
Flip the box.
No!
What?
Bat Flip! That didn't go far.
Here, flip the box.
Whoa!
That went far.